Howdy folks, Bluesboy Jag here with yet another cigar box guitar. This one is a very popular model, I think partly because of the artwork. It's just really cool artwork, old-timey. Aroma de Cuba. This is an acoustic electric 3-stringer, single coil pickup. I can make these with humbuckers as well. Humbuckers have a little bit of a beefier tone, I guess you'd say. You can achieve that same tone with a single coil with a little bit of tweaks with your amp and maybe your pedals, but single coils do buzz a little bit. And I'll give you an example. It's a situation where when you're playing a gig and you finish a song, you probably want to turn down your volume in between, especially if it's a small club, because it'll buzz through the PA, through the mains a little bit. So I have this cranked up through an old Valco amp. I don't know if you can hear that hum. You probably can. The amp is up at about 50% right now, which is living room volume, and it's right next to me, so it'd be pretty loud for me, which is the reason I have it at 50%. So that's what a single coil pickup does. A humbucker sounds like this. No hum whatsoever. Of course, I've got my volume down. So I turn my volume up on my guitar, you get that hum, and if I turn it down, that's what a humbucker sounds like. There's just no hum with a humbucker. Also, a humbucker has a slightly beefier tone. Some people claim that it has more of a cool grinding sound when you play slide. Again, you can achieve pretty much that same sound with your settings on your amp and your pedals. So, anyway, for those of you who prefer the humbucker, I do offer those as well for every guitar that I make. This one is, like I said, it's a 3-stringer. This is tuned AEA. I buy my strings in bulk. I get the .09s, and those are better suited for AEA tuning, which is open A 3-string tuning. If you'd like to tune this to a G, you probably should get some .10s. I'm using the 5th, the 4th, and the 3rd string. This is a very, very, very common tuning and a very common string configuration for a CBG. It's not the only string configuration or tuning. There are millions of tunings and string configurations for CBGs, but this is just a real popular tuning for both veteran players and beginners. A lot of beginners, a ton of beginners have purchased my cigar box guitars as a 3-stringer because it's only 3 strings. And I get asked a lot, what's the difference between the 3 and a 4? Well, the 4th string would be your top string, your smallest string, and that's usually the 2nd string of a regular 6-string guitar set. And the main difference is I can make a minor chord by moving my finger right around this area, kind of lower on the neck. Whereas if I did the same thing on the 3-string, I'd be more up here in this area on the 1st string. It gives you that major 3rd. For those of you who play in major keys, it's very nice. This particular tuning, AEA, there's no major 3rd in it. It's a power chord. It's like playing, for those of you who are veteran guitar players, playing your 2-string bar chord. Old-timey, you know, 70s, old-timey, 60s, what they call a power chord. Well, that's what this is when you play just the top 2 strings, the big one in the middle. That right there is your traditional Led Zeppelin, you know, Foghat, blah-de-de-blah-de-de-blah, 2-finger, looks like this when it's tuned natural. Well, that's the same thing, same tuning, same chord, G, power chord, with no fingers at all. So what this gives you with another G on top is just a low and a high G. Excuse me. I have never sneezed on one of these videos before. Hey, history has been made. So this string right here is tuned to G, and the 1st string, which is actually a 3rd string for an electric guitar set, that is also tuned to G octaves. So I have a low G and a high G and a D right in the middle. Now if I have a 4th string added to this, that would be tuned in this case to B, which is how you'd normally tune that string on any guitar, because that's the second string of a 6-string guitar. All right, you got all that? So that gives you a major third when you have 4 strings. An added major third gives you a ton of different possibilities, a slew of possibilities, a bucket full of possibilities, a huge okay, you get the idea. Lots of possibilities. Now, for beginners, sometimes 4 strings can get a little bit intimidating, especially for the beginners who all they want to do is play slide and they just want to grind on 3 or 4 chords and change keys with a capo. Hey, I do that all the time when I play gigs. I'm fixing to play about a 3-hour gig in a couple of days, and I'm probably going to have 1 hour of just that mixed up with the other styles of music. And so that's, hey, yeah, tons of people do that. Tons of people do that. If you want to get fancier, 4 strings is the way to go in the short way to explain it. If you want to rock out, 3 strings. Now you can do the same thing on a 4-string that you can do on a 3, because you've got the same 3 strings. You got these three strings, and then you have 1 more. So anything you can do on a 3, you can do on a 4, but makes sense that you can't do everything on a 3 that you can do on a 4. You got that right? Okay, everything. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Aroma de Cuba by Ashton. 3-string, single coil, acoustic electric. There's the sound hole right there. Electric guitar, cigar box by Bluesboy Jag. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for your kind support.